Hello everybody, today we are going to look at the Samsung T3 500GB SSD drive. Stay tuned please. So we are back. What you will see here is the Samsung T3 SSD drive 500GB. And if you compare it with the battery, that is a AA battery, you can see it is very small. If we take a closer look, we have the USB-C connector here, and on the other side we don't have anything, and here you can see that is the 500GB drive, and here is the included cable which comes with the drive. Here you have the USB-C connector, and here you have the USB-A connector. When you plug in the Samsung T3, a blue light here, blue LED, will start to flash. I will show you here. As you can see here, it's now flashing, and as soon as the T3 is recognized by the computer, it stops flashing and it's a constant blue LED. So let's take a closer look how fast this drive really is. Now we will test the disk speed on the Samsung SSD T3. So we go down to Launchpad, start Blackmagic Design Speed Test, and we go to the settings and select the hard drive, and it is already selected, so I click open and we will start the test. Now we are testing the write speed, and you can see it's 378.5 megabits per second. The read speed is 421.1 megabits per second. Well, as you can see, the write speed is around 380 megabits per second continuously, and the read speed 421 megabits per second. I will now pull out the USB drive because I have connected through a USB hub, USB 3.0. Now I have connected the Samsung SSD T3 directly to the USB port on the Mac, and we will see if it is the same speed. Well, I can see here the write speed is now 391.6. The read is 421 when we connected it through the USB hub. Now it's going up a little bit, 424 in read and 395 in write. So yes, there is a difference. What we will do now, we will connect the T3. So now I have connected the T3 SSD to a cheaper USB hub, and this USB hub says 2.0. So we will check if there is any difference. We will start disk speed test again. We will see that we have connected the target drive. And yes, we have. So we start speed test, and here you can see the difference if you connect a USB 2.0, 39 megabits per second write and 39 megabit read speed. So that is a pretty big difference. So now I have connected another cheap USB hub, and we will see the difference with this one to the other we already tested. So we start again the disk speed, and we check connected the correct hard drive, and we click open and we click start. And here we can see again, this is a cheap USB hub, and I guess this is of course also USB 2.0. I have now connected the third USB hub, and I can see some difference between the hubs. The cables are pretty thin. So we will start the disk speed test again to check the third and final USB hub. We will go to the settings, select drive, and we click open. Well, it's around the same speed as the other two cheap USB hubs I tested. In this case, we will take the Seagate 4 terabyte. And we will start the test. That is a big difference, as you can see here, around 80 megabit per second write speed and 88, 91, yeah, you can see yourself. But now it's going up, it's over 100 write speed. I think that is maybe more accurate. We will test, for example, with the SD card I have installed. It's 64 GB Samsung Pro, and we will start the speed test there. You can see 72.7 in write speed. Read speed is higher, it's 87.2. So I think we will try with another USB flash drive, for example, and see if we can see any difference there. This card should be a very good card because it is for my Sony RX100 M4, and in this camera I use 4K files in video mode, and Samsung says up to 90 megabits per second, so that is not actually totally correct, but it's pretty close anyway. Test another thing. Now I have plugged in a SanDisk 128 megabyte flash drive, and we will see how fast this is. So we go to Launchpad again, start disk speed test, go to the settings, select the drive, and it's called no name here. I haven't chosen any name for it, so that is okay, and we will start the speed test. Well, that's pretty impressive, I think, for a flash drive. 98 write speed, 148 megabits per second in read. Now I have connected the SanDisk Cruiser 64 GB, and we will see how fast this one is. So we start disk speed test again. We have to go to select hard drive, target drive actually, and it's also called no name, so it's okay. We start the speed test, and this is really slow, as you can see. And this is not the old one, I bought it just maybe 6 months ago. Write speed almost 10 megabits per second, read speed over 21 megabits per second. Now we have write speed 10 megabits per second. We will take another one. I have now plugged in WD My Passport Ultra 2 terabyte hard drive, mechanical of course, and we will see if we can get any good speed with this one. So we start again here, select target drive, My Passport, click open and start. This one is at least 2 years old, and you can see that on the disk speed, of course. You have write 46, you have read 49. Now it's going up a little. It's almost 50 in write speed, over 50. And read speed is, let me see here, it's actually slower. It's 40 megabits per second. And finally, we will test the SSD, which is in the MacBook Pro. So we go to the Launchpad again. So we start the speed test. And wow, that is a big difference. It's pretty good. I heard that newer models of MacBook Pro reaches almost 2000 megabits per second in read. But I think this is pretty okay too. Write speed is 593.5, read speed 1299, 1300. I think that is a very good result for the MacBook Pro. So that was a test with the Samsung SSD T3 and some hard drives, mechanical hard drives, some flash memories, an SD card, and finally the MacBook Pro SSD internal. Thank you for watching.